Hello, everybody. We're at the bar with a local rock star, and this month we got Jay Robinson. Jay,
All right.
nice to have you,
Nice.
buddy.
Nice to be here, Mitch.
Been
Appreciate
waiting a
you
long
having me.
time to hear your
Yeah, yeah.
story.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Okay.
So I know you're a happy camper right now because the Patriots got through.
Go Drake May. Go Drake May. Yeah, yeah.
Always been a Patriot fan.
Always been a Patriot fan. It started off with being a fan of New Edition
Ah,
and seeing like the gear that they wore. Like they wore like the Patriot, jerseys and
Oh, yeah.
Boston Celtics jerseys. And so I just adapted to all that. So I'm a Celtics fan. I'm a Bruins fan.
you're not from New England?
I'm not from New England, no.
I lived in Maine for 2 years.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
when I was in the Air Force.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah,
Awesome.
it's a nice place to visit, but I wouldn't want to live
Right,
there.
right.
You think this winter's bad?
Right.
Oh my God.
Now, a friend of mine that I did some music with, Andy Waldeck, I want to say he knows some people from Maine or something like
Yeah.
that. So, yeah.
Yeah. Where are you from?
I am from right here in Virginia.
Born and bred?
I was born in Charlottesville at
Okay.
UVA. December the 9th, 1971. I was born in Charlottesville. My mom, she had aspects of moving, but that never happened. She wanted to move to Daleville. Daleville never happened. My one aunt moved to Alexandria, so that was like the family trip is to go to Alexandria. But as far as like myself actually moving up there, no.
I was from D.C. too. I was up there for a while too.
Really?
We lived in
Okay.
Sterling. You know where Sterling is?
Yes, I do.
They used to be called Sterling Park.
Okay.
Now it's Sterling. And then Dad worked in Vienna.
Okay. Very familiar with those parts.
Yes.
Yeah. Very familiar with those parts. Like I said, my aunt, she actually lives in Maryland now, but that was always that family trip to go, to Alexandria,
Yeah.
Crystal City, all that. So yeah.
Where did you start your music? You come from a musical family?
Yes.
You do?
Yes. So my grandmother, Nanny Robinson, she had a group with my aunts and my mom. It was the Robinson Singers, and they did gospel, and they had always done that. And music was instilled in me from the very jump,
From church or just?
from church.
Yeah.
Now in my home, all that was in my house was gospel and soul. That was all I knew. Okay. My mom had a jukebox. It was like a kid jukebox though. And she would have like 45s and stuff on there. And I would see like some of the 45s that they had around the house. And I'm just listening. And that was just like the thing for me to do was just listen. And then drums came after that. And I loved the drums, but my mom had bought me a guitar, a lead guitar. And that didn't last long. Like all I wanted to do was just pluck the strings off.
Yeah.
So I did that, but then like drums stuck with me.
So drums was your first passion?
Drums was my first passion.
Okay.
My first drum kit was like a drum kettle, okay? Encyclopedia books, and then my mom's albums for cymbals. Can't tell you how many albums we tore up. And my drumsticks was like the hangers from like the cleaners, like the little white parts from the cleaner.
Yeah.
So yeah, so she would get like a dress cleaned or whatever, and I'm immediately taking like the little white part off and using it for the drums and stuff. So yeah.
So they have like a course at church that you sang for?
Yes. Well, actually, okay. So at first, I wasn't doing like any singing at all. It was just completely drums. I played drums for the men's chorus. I played drums for the women's choir, for the senior choir. All that.
Which church is this?
Mount Salem Baptist Church in Stanton.
Okay.
Okay. And from that, I met Mr. Owen Crawford. Shout out to Owen Crawford from the Crawford Brother Quartet in Stanton. And Owen had said something about me playing drums for the Crawford Brothers. I was 8. And it was just like, really?
Yeah.
I mean, being an 8-year-old kid, and these guys are adults and doing their thing and living their lives, and so then I got adapted into it. So they bought my first drum kit, and I played for them for 25 years actually.
Wow.
And yeah, it was great traveling. many churches, many events, programs, you know, all that.
How far would you guys go?
So they have an album. On the back of that album, it said that they had gotten calls from California, Florida, stuff like that. They never went. But when I was in the group, we went to Maryland, West Virginia, North Carolina. I think that was about like the farthest we went. Oh, Delaware, actually, too. So, yeah.
All
But
the cousin states, that,
all the cousin
the ones
states.
that touch Virginia.
Right. Yeah, so they had family in Annapolis, Maryland. So that's where, you know, we kind of like, you know, stayed there. And then we went to Delaware. And then we went to Carolina, Salisbury, North Carolina. So, yeah, it was great times, you know, just love it. Yeah.
And it was the Crawford brothers?
The Crawford brothers, yeah. They actually do the barbecue chicken and stuff on Saturday still.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
How many brothers were in the band?
Whew, let me think. Oh, goodness. Names. There was Johnny Crawford. There was Richard Crawford, Owen Crawford, Freezer Crawford, David Crawford, Bucky Crawford. So it was 6 in the group when I was there.
Yeah.
But they had like 2 or 3 more brothers also that wasn't like in the group. And then there was a joining of the Woodson brothers also, which consisted of a father and 2 sons, which was William Woodson, Quentin Woodson, and William Woodson Jr. So we were almost like this little gang, so to speak.
Yeah.
I was playing drums, Quentin was playing the guitar, William was playing bass, and that's what we did.
Now, the first time I saw you play music, you were a keyboard player. When did that come about?
Man. Keys has always been something that I love the sounds. I can't consider myself a keyboard player. I love sounds. When we went to Mount Salem Church, they had gotten a brand new piano and a brand new organ. And I used to just, you know, fiddles with sound, you know, how kids did, you know, like they fiddle.
Yeah.
I'm just fiddling with sounds. And from that, you start getting a chord progression. And you're like, okay, this sounds good. This sounds good, you know? Now, my cousin DJ is the guy.
Is that right?
On keys. He's the gospel keyboard player.
Yeah.
Now, as far as like just giving you, you know, tidbits of here and there of, you know, sound and stuff like that, I can give you that. But as far as being like that guy that wants to just sit down, I'm not that guy.
What I like about keys, they're like a harmonica. It's like A, B, C. Everything's in order. It's not like a guitar.
Exactly.
It's not like A, B, C.
Exactly. Everything is in order. Yes, I absolutely love the keys. Of course, like later on, I can tell you there's been, you know, it's some friends of mine that I know that they really know what they're doing behind the keyboard. So,
Yeah. Like Harry.
Like Harry. Harry Poncha, baby.
What's his last name?
Harry Poncha.
I thought it started with a V.
Well, Vergara, but it's actually Poncha.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
So you got like a stage name or something?
No, that's like a family thing.
Oh.
That would be a story that he could tell.
Yeah.
But it's a family thing.
Yeah. Now, the first time that I think I met you, I think was at Tony Roberts' thing.
2008.
Was that what it was?
2008. It was at
Yeah.
DJ's house.
That was SoCo, right?
That was First Offense.
Oh, it was First Offense. Okay.
That was First Offense. I remember that day like it was, like it just happened.
Yeah.
It was a magical day out up in, you know, DJ's field.
It was.
So many bands that I used to go and I can't say like go to like the venues to go see, but
Yeah.
I knew of them.
Yeah.
Property was there.
Yeah.
And it's just like, you know, wow, okay, Keith Head, you know, shout out to Keith Head.
Yeah.
You know, Keith's playing drums and Tim's playing drums. It was just like a magical day.
Yeah. Yeah, I heard you. I was like, ooh, that guy's good. I think I even said something to you about, like, if you were interested in being in a band, you said
wow,
you'd already had some spoons in the fire that you were exploring.
You know, honestly, I can tell you, I remember our first conversation that I remember vividly. So I think I had told you that I was going to tell you something like this, but we were at the Clock Tower in Stanton.
Creeper Fest?
This was Creeper Fest. Yes, sir, it was. It was Creeper Fest. And I remember singing Back in Black. And I remember Tim was like, you know, taking me, to introduce me to people and stuff. And I remember you vividly. It was just like Mitch McClanahan. And after I had sang Back in Black, I remember you said, well, I guess there's no reason for me to sing AC/DC no more. And I looked at you like, oh my gosh, really? Yeah. So that was my story of, like, wow, okay, no, please just sing as many songs that you want.
I wonder what year that was.
That was 2011.
Okay.
2011. Yeah.
That was fun, the Creeper Fest thing.
Creeper Fest was fun, yeah.
Yeah.
The one that I remember the most was the one that we did at Augusta Eagles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a picture with you and me on that.
Sure
You
do.
were dressed up like Kiss.
I was dressed up like Kiss. My wife, shout out to my wife, Crystal Robinson. Oh my Lord, she did me justice that particular day.
Yeah.
She couldn't go for whatever the reason, but she made sure that I was dabbled up.
Yeah. You know, Chris had that Alice Cooper tribute. Now everybody's got a tribute band. He was like,
Right, the thing.
Yeah.
Well, you know that tribute bands is the thing that pays now.
Yeah.
There's a title thing with the tribute. If that's attached to it, that seems to like draw.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
For one thing, like say you're doing a Fleetwood Mac tribute,
Exactly.
you can see them for 20.
Exactly.
You can pay $2,000
exactly
to
go see the real deal. Exactly. And I mean, money means everything to everybody right now. So it's like, hey, I go pay to go see these guys.
Yeah. Where are you at right now musically?
Musically, man, my brain is like fried with music. So many things have happened in the past almost 30 days that it's like, I don't know which way to turn. But I was doing some singing with Everyday People.
Oh, really?
From Harrisonburg. Yeah, I sang with them.
Are they from Harrisonburg?
Well, a couple of them like live in Harrisonburg,
okay.
so. But yeah, I did singing with them, and God, just great individuals, man. I mean, just they really are great individuals. Alan Good is in tune with people and like knowing how to make a show work.
Yeah.
I had met a gentleman by the name of Steve Prusak. Of course, like I think everybody knows who Steve is. He's the keyboard player for The Works. So I had talked to Steve at a Rick Springfield concert, and we're talking about like getting together and doing some music. And I was just like, yeah, at the time I really wasn't doing like that much, at that time. And I was like, yeah, let's do something. And of course, weather and sickness and all that had came into play. So things had, been bogged down. But we finally talked again, and we got together one time. And I think that's something that's going to be like really, really, really fun. It's going to be a big bang, if you know what I mean. So
yeah. Who's in the current lineup?
The current lineup, it is Christy Mayberry, lead vocalist. She's incredible. There is Steve Prusak, of course. There is the bass man John. That's all I gotta say. Bass man John, and Stacy Stevens. And it's just, it's gonna be something magical.
So he still got Little Marvin going?
He still does have Little Marvin. He also has a band called Groovatron.
And Southpaw too. Isn't
And Southpaw. Yeah. Yeah. Shout out to Stacy Stevens. He's a busy guy.
He pretty much rules that whole Rockbridge County music scene.
He has Rockbridge County basically bogged down.
I want y'all to get me in there somehow.
Okay.
No, we got to do the Battle of the Bands there at Buena Vista.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Well, I'm pretty sure Stacy, he could probably get you like anywhere that you wanted to be up in that.
He told me I'm still waiting on the call, Stacy.
Okay. Stacy, we got to get this done, baby. Oh, wow. So what about, so you're asking me, so now, what is your aspiration of what you would like to see the Wahookies?
To tell you the truth, I'm just happy where I'm at. I'm not looking to go to another state or anything. I just want to get out and sing a couple times a month.
That's me.
Because that's what my soul needs.
I got you.
For me to be who I am.
I got you.
I really, when I was young, I had the big dream.
Right.
I had a girlfriend that she was in the service. She was stationed in California.
Okay.
I'm like, oh, great. I'm going to go there and be a rock star, you
Right.
know? But she broke my heart. She
Wow.
found another lover.
Wow. Wow.
Changed genders and all.
Okay. Okay. I was here 1 minute, then I'm gone the next.
So that was the last of my dreams. Then once I started having kids, that's really what my priority was. You know, I kind of lost the whole dream, but I still couldn't quit playing music.
I got you. I got you.
You know, and I've been in a lot of bands that I've really enjoyed. You said Ricky Midkiff earlier. We had a great band for a couple of years.
Ricky's a, oh my God, just killer guitarist, killer guy. His attitude towards, you know, like learning all material is just something
Yeah.
else. Yeah, I love that guy.
Kind of broke my heart when I seen him on that bass guitar for a couple of years.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, Ricky.
Yeah,
You're
he's a
thinking-
great bass guitar player.
That's
too,
like
you
Denver
know?
DeWitt's playing bass right now.
know,
It's like he's
I
one of the
know.
best guitar players that ever lived, you know.
One guy that I never got to work with was Denver. Now, I will tell you this, and it's going to be on video, so it's definitely the truth. When Denver went to Florida, my wife, she can attest to this. We had talked a few times about moving to Florida, and Denver was an advocate for saying, "Hey, listen, you're moving to Jacksonville, and you know, so we're gonna do this music here and do this music there." And that was just like little talks that we had about, you know, actually playing music together or
Yeah.
and or moving.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's one guy that I wanted to work with.
Yeah.
was Denver DeWitt. Yeah.
Oh, he's awesome.
He complete awesome. Yeah, yeah.
There's a lot of good guitar players around
Yeah,
here.
yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Legendary. A lot of them we've lost, like Richard Knuckles. Did you ever meet him?
Man. Okay, so since we're getting into this thing now, 2007, First Offense. That was my first, I guess you could say, like jumping in with both feet. You know, was 2007. I walked into the First Offense practice hall, and this was on a Sunday afternoon. I walked in, and you could hear the guitar noodling, you know, and it was Gary Goodson here. Tim Wilson was on the drums. It was Bill Miller over here on this side. Richard was back here, sort of. So I came in with my keyboards, and I'm splitting the whole floor, and I'm walking in front of Richard, you know, put the keyboards down, and you could just see on his face, he's like, "Who is this guy?" You know, and Bryant Clement hadn't gotten there yet, so I don't know if Bryant hadn't told everybody what the deal was or what was going on, but when I split the room and I put my stuff down, Richard said, "Who are you?" And I said, "I'm Jay. I'm, you know, here to audition for, you know, for First Offense." And you know, so I set the keyboards and stuff up, and he's like, "So do you know Jump?" And I was like, "Yeah," you know. So I played it, you know. And then he asked me the one question that just made me chuckle. He goes, "So you know any Journey?" And I was like, "Dude, I'm a Journey book. You know, I'm a Steve Perry fanatic. He's branded on me." And so we started going through stuff, and that's how I basically got started with First Offense, and you know, meeting Richard, meeting Tim, and Bill, and everybody.
I tried out for First Offense when,
Did you really?
when they first started.
Really? So what? 82, 3?
I don't even know what year. That
Okay.
sounds about right.
Okay.
Because I was just getting out of Rock Mountain with John Kirby.
Okay,
And it just wasn't my style.
I got you.
Because they were doing all the popular songs,
Yeah.
and I was still like in Jimi Hendrix mode and stuff. You know,
Keep me there.
I regret it.
Man,
Because they were a major band.
they went through, if I'm not mistaken, they were under Cellar Door. So I went to Tim Wilson's house one night. You know, shout out to Tim. I went to Tim Wilson's house one night. It was me and my wife, and I want to say we were down there. Now I could be wrong about how long, but I know we were down there for at least 3 to 4 hours.
Yeah.
Watching video,
Yeah.
and it was video of nothing but First Offense.
Yeah.
Tony Roberts, just yeah. I mean, like watching him in his element.
Yeah.
At that particular time. And the video that I saw him on was the actual last night of Scotland Yard. And just watching them, it was just like, these guys are, you know, phenomenal. And then hearing the stories of knowing who they toured with and opened for, and knowing that Tim played drums with Bobby Blotzer, from Rat. It's just like, I want to be around these guys.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It's cool, all the acts that we got coming around this area
Exactly.
now, thanks to
Exactly.
the Foundry mostly.
Thank you to the Foundry for that, for sure.
Man, it's just like,
Yeah.
You probably remember the days when you couldn't play anywhere around.
Exactly.
Unless you were playing country at the Moose Lodge.
I remember.
Now it's like we're the entertainment mecca of the world.
Exactly. So unless you knew like every country and western for dices,
Yeah.
you were kind of stuck. So
Well, we're at this thing right now. We hit the 20-minute mark where I like to get away from music.
okay.
And I just want you to tell me something besides music. Of course, I'm always asking for good ghost stories.
I got you.
I don't know if you've seen any of the other episodes, but I'll take any kind of thing that's some story that you're like, man, I just want to tell this story.
Oh man. So the year was 1995. No, probably 1993. Probably, yes. So me and my brothers, we had a gospel group, and we called ourselves the Sounds of Praise. Well, it was the Sounds of Joy first, which turned into Sounds of Praise. And the only person that had a vehicle that was worthy of us getting to like a particular church was Quentin. And he had this blue van. It was a blue Ford conversion van, okay? And before we had to go to Hagerstown, Maryland, we stopped in, of course, we were in Stanton. We stopped and he checked the oil, and he was looking at it. He's like, I don't think there's enough oil in here. So he got more oil, put more oil in, We ride and we get to Harrisonburg. And he was like, man, this van still ain't riding right. Let me check the oil again. So he checks the oil. He puts more oil in it. And we, like being young, we were just like, what are you doing with all this oil? So we're riding and riding and riding and riding. Everything seemed like it's going to plan, And we crossed the Maryland state line. All of a sudden, we feel this vibration from this van that made us all go. Now, so let me give you like the gist of how we were packed in this van. So we had drums, guitars, bass, and amps in there with us, a PA system, our clothes, and the 5 of us. Okay, so we're packed in this van. Right. So we feel this jolt, and it's like boom, and we were like, "What the devil was that?" Quentin's driving. He's like, "I don't know what that was," and we were just like, "Is it the oil?" We probably go, I don't know, another 2 or 3 miles, and it's the biggest firecracker. He done blew the engine. So we're on the side of the road. So like I told you, it's the 90s, wasn't no cell phones, nothing like that.
Right.
So we're just like, what in the world are we gonna do? So, it's warm. So we get out, we start walking. He called his dad, and his dad knew some people from the church. And there was this one particular guy, I do not know what his name was. He had a white van. And he came and picked all of us up. We put the stuff up in his van. We go to the church. We, sang the program. We're thinking, how are we going to get home? Because like the van's on the side of the road. And this gentleman, he said, I'll drive y'all back home. And we were like, really? So after the program, he drove us from Hagerstown back to Stanton.
Wow.
This gentleman never saw his family again because as he was driving back to Hagerstown, he fell asleep, hit a tree.
No. And died?
Died.
Wow.
Yeah. So when you say ghost story,
yeah,
that was one of them.
Wow.
Yeah. And to this day, being January of 2026, I could not tell you what that gentleman's name was.
Right.
But all I know is that he never made it back to Hagerstown. Yeah.
Man.
So sad of a story.
That is sad.
He helped us
Yeah.
do what we needed to do
Yeah.
in that particular time. But
Bent over backwards.
bent over backwards,
Paid the ultimate
yeah,
price for it.
paid the
Yeah.
ultimate price.
I have to think someone like that's going to heaven.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's such a Samaritan
Yeah,
thing to do,
yeah,
man.
Yeah, so it was like, like a real somber time, because it was just like, wow, that really happened.
Yeah.
So
So you haven't seen any ghosts yourself, period?
no, just the ghost of why didn't I do more in music? Since music is such like a big part of me, I always wonder, why didn't I do this, or why didn't I, I got to play for the Five Blind Boys of Mississippi. They had asked me like to go on the road with them, starting in Wheaton, Maryland, Chicago, and then back to somewhere in Maryland. And I was talked out of it. I didn't do it. It's just like,
Yeah.
so we can go back even further. I went to Nashville with Stacy Woodson. Great guy. Rising Angel, Stacy Woodson. He did his first demo. And it's gonna be like a lot of names up in this.
Yeah.
But we stayed at a guy, him and his girlfriend. His name was Lang Bliss. His girlfriend's name was Renee Garcia. She was the background singer for Amy Grant. And we stayed at their home in Nashville. And we worked on Stacy's CD at Glenn Garrett's house. Glenn Garrett, he was the writer and producer for the gospel group Point of Grace. So I'm seeing all these people like hands-on, like I'm seeing you right now.
Right.
So while I'm in Nashville, it's like I'm seeing everything that you would want to see, that all these people have, buses and homes and this, that, and the other. I'm like, that's what I want. But I never, like, as far as like go for it. I never did that. That's probably one thing that's always made me go, why didn't I?
Yeah. I think we all have those.
I think we all have those.
You have played with Bootsy, haven't you?
Yes, I did.
We all miss Bootsy, man.
Bootsy Daniels.
Rest in peace,
Rest
Bootsy.
in peace, Bootsy. Bootsy Daniels, man. Oh my gosh. So Bootsy had an ad in the bulletin board or something like that, and my wife saw it, and she said, "You should give this guy a call." And as soon as I saw it, I was like, "Oh, I know who that is." I knew who the guy was, and so I called him, and he was like, "Yeah, let's meet up." I'm trying to remember everybody that was in the band at this particular time. I do remember Jamie Berry, that name, and Paul Johnson was on bass. Okay. I was hired to play keyboard. Okay. Bob Campbell was on guitar at that time. I was hired to play keys, and then Bob Campbell soon left. Paul Johnson soon left. Jamie Berry was still there, and then it was like Bootsy he was hiring people. Okay?
Yeah.
There was a guy named Augie Lapino playing drums at the time.
I know Augie.
Augie's a great guy.
Yeah.
And so we did a show at Kathy's in Raytheon. Okay, that was the night that was the last time that I saw that band together with all those people. Okay. And then I get a call from Bootsy, and we were playing a sorority at JMU. Okay?
Nice.
And he hired this guy to play drums. And of course, like I said, I was playing keys. And he hired this guy to play drums. And we got to James Brown, I Feel Good.
I feel good.
I Feel Good. And I always heard the reputation of Bootsy that you had to have it right. And that's how he was.
Yeah.
And we got to that certain part of I Feel Good where it goes bum 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 bum, and the drummer missed every one of them. And Bootsy stopped the song.
Oh.
Boom. He said, "Hold on for a second."
Oh.
He said, "Jay, you play drums, right?" I was like, "Yeah." He said, "Get off the drums."
Ow.
And I'm thinking, wait a minute. So you want this guy to get off his drum kit, and you want me to get on it. Of course, I'm a lefty, so it's kind of hard. So he took the time for me to switch this guy's drum kit around, and then we went into it. He said, "Jay, you ready?" I said, "Yeah, I'm ready." And then he said, "Dun dun dun, ha! I feel good." So then he does the song, and then when the song was over, and we ended it, and we had the crescendo, and Bootsy looked at this gentleman and said, "That's how you're supposed to do it." And I felt so bad because I'm like, I'm playing his drum set,
Right.
you know.
Yeah.
So he stood on the sidelines for the rest of the night and just watched.
So you're a left-hand drummer?
I'm a left-handed drummer.
I
so-
know there's probably 50% of the times you don't get to switch that snare.
No,
to the
I
other
do
side.
not. I do not.
So how's that work?
So it works like this. So if it's like a right-handed thing, then I'll turn slightly, put my left foot on the kick, and just use like the hi-hat, you know, how it is, and just play sideways like that.
Okay.
So
Lefties always have to adapt to
lefties
the rest
always
of the
have
world.
to adapt. We do. Yeah, and I played with Bootsy up until First Offense, and when First Offense took off, then that's
How long did you do First Offense?
I was in First Offense for 1 year and 6 months, but it felt
Okay.
like 20 years.
Is that right?
It felt like 20 years.
And that led into SoCo,
And
Southern
that led,
Company?
and that led into Southern Company. So
That was a big deal. You guys
was a big
really
deal.
made a dent.
I sang with SP511 for a little while,
Did you?
for like almost a year and a half, you know?
Did Cheryl get out of it?
No, Cheryl was still there.
Okay.
So we did like a duel. We actually won the 2009 Last Man Standing at the Harley Shop.
Nice.
That was fun. Southern Company, wow. Me and Tim had been talking, and he told me that Jesse was leaving or was thinking about leaving or something like that. And you know, so I was like, yeah, sure, you know. And I go in, and we had practice at Roy Carpell's house. And that was the first time that I met Elvin Davis. I fell in love with Elvin that day at practice.
Yep.
He had that little rat amp, and he had his Fender Chrissy that he calls Chrissy, and he was hitting notes, and it was just like, this guy's bad. You know? Bob Swartz was there on keyboard. Roy Carpell.
Elvin's like one of those guys you say any song,
In any song.
and if he doesn't know
Yeah.
it, he'll figure it out in like 3 seconds.
Elvin. Okay, so you have guitar players that really, really know how to play. Okay, I classify Elvin as your complete guitar player,
Right.
Because Elvin, he can adapt to any style, and if he doesn't know it, I can guarantee that you'll be able to finish the song whether he knows it or not.
Right.
That's what I love, you know, like the absolute most about him.
Yeah.
He's the complete player.
Yeah. He's such a funny guy to be around.
Such a funny guy to be around. So Southern Company that was the first part of it. And then Bob Swartz left, and so we didn't have a keyboard player. So they said, "Well, you play keys," and I was, "Yeah, I dabble with it." And
It's like Josie and the Pussycats.
it's like, singing with and so then after Bob left, then Roy Carpell left. So we had an open space for bass. Paul Gum didn't want to play keys no more, so he wanted to play bass. So Southern Company actually started off as a 4-piece then. It was myself and Paul, Elvin, and Tim. And so we always wanted that next piece,
Yeah.
And so Tim had talked about Chris Terrence. And I was just like, the Alice Creeper guy. It's like, okay, So we got Chris on board. And we did a 5-year run like that.
Yeah.
We talked about this earlier. There was 1 year where we ran 46 weeks out of 52.
That sounds like Tim Wilson's doings right there.
You're gonna be talking with him here soon too. So yeah, it was a 46 week thing.
No one can
Like,
load up a calendar like Tim, brother. I'm telling you, that dude has
you know,
got connections everywhere.
I heard this cliche about Tim before, that Tim could sell ice to an Eskimo, and I believe it. He's one of those guys that you love to hate him, but you hate not to love him,
Right.
because he's dedicated. He's 1,000,000% dedicated to his craft, to his
Right.
band, to making sure that you have gigs. He does the PR. He
Yeah.
does the like the social media. He's on it.
Yeah.
That is probably the greatest asset outside of him playing.
It's kind of like Barnum and Bailey, man.
There you go.
The
There you
showman,
go.
man.
Yeah, he's the definite
The
showman.
promoter, like you said, he
Yeah.
does it all, man. He
He
promotes.
absolutely does it all. Meeting him was like one of those things where it was just like, wow, this guy does this.
Yeah.
And then, knowing that I vaguely had met him like years prior at the Entertainment Factory, just, for like that little bit of stint. That's so crazy. And then, like we said, so SoCo had like that 5-year run.
Was Penny still in the band?
No, she was never in Southern Company with me.
Oh, she wasn't?
No.
Okay.
She was long gone, before all that. She did do the last little stint of First Offense that I was in it. She sang probably like the last 6 months with us.
Yeah.
That I was there.
Yeah.
But I haven't like sang with Penny since.
Yeah.
Now she was a heck of a singer. Yeah. Heck of a singer.
And what's you got some kind of connection with Dave Matthews?
It's not a connection actually with Dave. I played music with two guys that are connected with Dave.
Not the fiddle player?
No, not Boyd Tinsley.
Yeah.
No, it's Andy Waldeck, Joe Lawler. Two incredible musicians, man. Jesus. Andy's resume is huge. Wrote for Chris Daughtry, played for Chris Daughtry, played for Scott Stapp, when Scott left Creed. Joe Lawler does like recording engineering for Dave live. He goes all over the world.
Yeah.
And he is a phenomenal guitar player. They had a band back in the day called Egypt from over in Charlottesville. And then it was like Earth to Andy and like that. But I got blessed with that, man, in 2022 going into 2023. And I got to record with those guys, man, so it's like, I look at my life and I go, I may not have done this for a long time, but I got to do it.
Yeah.
And to me, that's incredible. I've always wanted one thing in music, and that was to have one tour. I don't need that now.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that I've toured with Southern Company.
Right.
I toured with First Offense. I got to do shows with Andy and Joe.
Now, do you still play with the church?
I have not played with the church in so long. I would love to, if I could, I would love to give all of this up and be back in church with my brothers playing music.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. That would be like the bucket list for me.
Yeah.
To have my brother Carson with me, Frankie DJ at bucket list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're married to Crystal, and your son
I'm
is named Christian,
Christian. Mm-hmm.
and he's a football player for the draft, isn't he?
He's a football player for the draft.
How they doing, or how did they do?
JV did okay, Varsity went all the way to like regionals.
Is he in varsity or JV?
He was in JV this past year, but he's going to be on varsity this year.
Yeah, going in 10th grade or
Going to 10th grade.
Yes, sir.
It's real strange how that even happened because he was never interested in any sports.
Yeah.
Not even a little bit.
Yeah.
So last year was
Was
his
he recruited by the coach?
No. So he came to me and his mom one day and was like, "Hey, I want to play football." And we were just like, "Whatever." It's like, "Come on, Christian, whatever." And then he finally said, yeah, I want to play football. And so he went to the coaches and said that, he wanted to play. But he had an illness there for a little while that scared us. But of course, that got cleared up right before football season started.
Yeah.
He was doing like the car washes and stuff with the team and everything.
Hey, brother.
And then he played. And to actually see number 75 on that field playing was absolutely amazing.
My son Austin, who he played football 1 year. The first game, someone like dove into the side of his knee and it went the wrong way.
Right.
And I was like, this is why I don't want my kids playing football.
Wow.
Luckily, it wasn't a bad thing.
Right.
But
Now my older son, Devontae Robinson, he played for Waynesboro. Killer athlete, man. Just he was this beanpole kid that turned into an absolute monster.
yeah.
Playing basketball. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, buddy, we're coming down to the last 5 minutes.
Yes, sir.
I just want you to unload anything that you got on your mind that I didn't cover and you were thinking, man, I hope he brings this up. If he doesn't, I am.
2005, I had an accident at work. I had a beam fall on my head.
A beam?
A beam fall on my head.
Like steel beam?
Yeah, like steel beam. It should have killed me.
Where's the dent at? Oh
Right
my God, I see it.
Yeah, it's right there.
Ouch. Ouch.
So I had a beam hit me, and
That little Debbie?
no, actually, this was at Stanton Steam. I did part-time for Stanton Steam for like a year. Of course, after this, that was it though.
Yeah.
But I was working, and all of a sudden, I heard somebody say, "Look out!" When you hear those words, you don't look out. You're like, "Huh?"
You look up.
and it's like, "Huh?" And it was just like, "Pow!" And it hit me, and I just went down like this, and it was just like, "What in the world?" And it was blood. It was just like, "What in the devil?"
Did it send you for a loop?
It sent me for a loop. So I go to the hospital. Kelly Singleton drove me. God, Kelly Singleton, wow. Anyway, so we're there, and I'm in there, man. And all of a sudden, I felt like there was words I couldn't say. I don't know if like my brain was rocked crazily, but
Yeah.
it was things I couldn't say.
Concussion, probably.
Yeah, oh,
Definitely.
And so like the next day, I overslept. And I finally woke up and my phone had all kinds of calls, are you okay, whatever, And I'm talking to people and I could feel myself stuttering to get the words out. And it was just like, what's going on? Why am I, hurting to get these words out that I used to be able just to say?
Yeah.
So I kind of had to like retrain myself to, say certain things
Right.
that I used to be able just to
Yeah.
drop right off. And singing scared me too. That's because I'm thinking, okay, so am I gonna be able to sing? But it doesn't bother me like that at all. So yeah.
I'm a singer. You're a singer.
Right.
Do you ever get like a cold and you get this bad throat and you're like, I don't know if I'll ever be able to sing again.
Hey, go to Paul Gum for your supplies and you'll be okay.
Paul Gum, I played volleyball with his mom and dad.
Really?
Forever.
Really.
Well, I would say forever, like
Right.
5 years in the 80s.
Right.
We won a couple championships down at the Y.
Okay.
His dad was cool, and his mom.
Yeah.
His mom had a twin sister.
Paul's a great guy.
He is.
Great guy.
I don't know him very well, but I definitely know his parents.
You should talk to him sometime.
Yeah.
He's a really great guy. I'm thinking there should be a part 2, because there's like so much more that we can go into. Yeah.
You got a few minutes. You better spill it out. Anything you got?
Oh man,
You got anything else?
like off the top of my head.
We're almost done, brother.
Hey, is this guy bothering you?
Yes, come here.
He's been known to cause trouble.
We got the Wolfman here. The Wolfman's in the house.
Steve, good to see you, baby.
Man.
Good to see you.
Stick around, sing
Hey, hold on for a second. Look. So we have a legend in the house right here. Okay. If you don't know the Wolfman, this is Steve, the great drummer. Okay, for Wilson Fairchild, by the way. Yes, sir. Good to see you, baby.
See you, man.
Right.
You playing with the other boys too, the younger boys?
They've been coming out on the road with us.
Have they?
Yeah, they got a little package deal they're working on.
They're doing like a Statler
Two-
tribute thing now.
Yeah.
Are you in that?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's a good little deal.
This is the tribute band era right now.
That's
They're,
it.
they're being loved everywhere.
Yeah, they should
They
be.
just love to see both generations there up on stage.
Take
Yeah.
that ride, baby. Take that ride.
Yeah, it's great.
They're
They're always a blast to be with.
They're good boys, aren't
They
they?
sure are.
Awesome.
Y'all do what you got to do.
All right.
I'm just happy to be where I'm at. I really am. I'm happy with my life. I'm happy with my wife. I'm happy with my kids. It's full circle. So like I said, it could be a part two because there was a time in life where life wasn't this great, but it is now,
Right.
and I love it for every moment that it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's been a pleasure talking to
It's
you.
been a pleasure talking to you, Mitch.
And
I hope we
man,
do it again soon.
Hopefully someday we'll be in a band together, baby.
Bruh,
You know?
hey, all you gotta do is
You
give
d-
me a call. If
you
I'm
never
available,
kn-
I'm there.
You never know what'll
Yes,
happen.
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Luke, thank you.
Thank you,
Plaza,
Luke.
thank you.
Appreciate y'all.
Next month we got Paul Klein, my brother. I've known him since he was in like 6th grade.
Awesome. Awesome.
We'll see y'all later.
Take
Bye.
care, y'all. Peace.
Keep me going strong. If you don't want to see me, say your no. If you believe in things that you don't understand, when you suffer, here comes Sledgehammer. You could have a sweet time.